Toronto just a bit more crisp in the attacking area, completing 78% of their passes in the final third.
Absolutely, and it's been difficult for the boys in goal to really even enter that final third. A lot of times they're able to get Hani Mukhtar, to be fair, on that half turn where he's able to get that secondary pass into either the feet of Teal Bunbury or Jacob Schaffelberg. But if they're playing through balls or they're springing Jacob Schaffelberg or Teal Bunbury down into the channels, Mabika and Larea have really been there to answer any call, and the boys in gold subsequently haven't been able to really garner any possession in that attacking one-third, and that's why they've been relatively non-existent on the score sheet.
Scores around MLS are presented by Geodis, the official logistics sponsor of Nashville SC. Geodis is a worldwide transport and logistics leader supporting clients around the world. Geodis, behind every great success, there is great logistics. 5 other games are underway. 4 of them are at halftime, including at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, where the Five Stripes are in a 1-1 deadlock with DC United. In Charlotte, the home side trails 2-1. It's Seattle Sounders, who only have 2 wins in their last 8 regular season matches. They have the lead away from home after the opening 45 minutes. Montreal has wins in 7 of their last 8 regular season home matches. They lead Minnesota United 2-0 after 45 minutes. It's New England Revolution, a 2-0 advantage over newly minted Lionel Messi team, Inter Miami, who is trailing 2-0. A lot of new fans for Inter Miami getting their first introduction to the team that is bottom in the Eastern Conference. And after 15 minutes, after a weather delay, Orlando City and Colorado are underway. They are scoreless after 15 minutes. Coming up in 3 minutes, 3 more games will begin. That's Chicago playing host to Columbus, Houston Dynamo hosting defending league champions LAFC, and Sporting Kansas City playing host to Austin FC. At 8:30, it's RSL against NYCFC, and then 2 games, the nightcap tonight at 9:30, San Jose and Philadelphia, then Vancouver hosting FC Cincinnati. 2 games tomorrow. That's a noon start for St. Louis and LA Galaxy before a 6:30 kick between Portland Timbers and FC Dallas. On the other side, more reaction to the opening 45 minutes, highlights from the first half, and the keys for a comeback win in Toronto. As we continue in Matchday 18 of Major League Soccer, you're listening to Nashville SC on 104.5 The Zone.
Titans draft pick Will Levis, going from Nathaniel to Titans quarterback with Ron Slay on 3HL.
That was college. I want to see him now, right. But I also want to be patient. I don't want him out there in year 1.
Don't want him at all.
No, as polished as he is and could be in the way he's seeming to go about things, if it was humbling in the draft or it wasn't, that's great to see. I want to see that one more year.
3HL, Monday starting at 3 on 104.5 The Zone.
Hi, this is Paul Winkler. Are you searching for a podcast on money, investing, and financial planning that's actually run by degreed financial planners and isn't driven by the sales process? Then check out the Investor Coaching Show podcast. On a recent podcast, we talked about the stages of retirement and the things you might expect out of the longest vacation you'll probably ever take in your life. Go to paulwinkler.com/podcast or search for the Investor Coaching Show wherever you get your podcasts. The Investor Coaching Show.
A.O. Smith is your local Middle Tennessee water heating and water filtration expert. They enjoy getting involved with local community events such as Titans football, and nationally is the presenting sponsor of the prestigious Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award every year. Most importantly, A.O. Smith takes pride in always being there for your needs at your home or business. When you need a water heater or water filter, think A.O. Smith and contact us today. To find a local professional installer, visit hotwater.com. That's hotwater.com.
Hey guys, I'm Tom Patterson, founder and CEO of Tommy John. And this Father's Day, I'm reminding you that our Quick Draw Fly saves guys 217 minutes of unnecessary fumbling per year. So instead of fly fishing in the bathroom, Dad can spend more time out on the water. Our lightweight breathable underwear are perfect for the great outdoors. For guys more likely to recline than cast a line, we've created exclusive loungewear, apparel, and additional underwear styles so comfortable he won't believe it. You probably know our underwear legs never ride up, the waistband never rolls down, and he'll never get a wedgie. Guaranteed. But did you also know you're covered for everything else? All Tommy John is backed by our best pair you'll ever wear, or it's free guarantee. If he doesn't love his first item, you'll get a full refund. Make sure you grab your gifts early. Tommy John. No adjustment needed.
Shop TommyJohn.com/audio for Father's Day right now and save 20% on your first order. Get 20% off for dad at TommyJohn.com/audio. TommyJohn.com/audio. See site for details.
Half redneck, half posh. 100% fun. Trey Croward and Corey Ryan Forrester try and learn fancy culture in putting on airs.
I'm actually wearing this scarf not because I wanted to look fancy on the show, but because I'm sick. Like, I'm actually wearing it for the reason that you would normally wear it, to keep yourself warm when you're got the shakes.
That a scarf did something for an illness. But
well, I mean,
when you're sick, you're cold.
Yeah.
And so you want to be warmed up.
Putting on airs. The podcast is on YouTube and wherever you listen.
Hi, this is Paul Winkler. Are you searching for a podcast on money, investing, and financial planning that's actually run by degreed financial planners and isn't driven by the sales process? Then check out the Investor Coaching Show podcast. On a recent podcast, we talked about the stages of retirement and the things you might expect out of the longest vacation you'll probably ever take in your life. Go to paulwinkler.com/podcast or search for the Investor Coaching Show wherever you get your podcasts. The Investor Coaching Show.
The Bulwark Podcast focuses on political analysis and reporting without partisan loyalties.
Real sense of deja vu sprinkled on our PTSD. So things are going well, I guess.
Every Monday through Friday, Charlie Sykes speaks with guests about the latest stories from inside Washington and around the world.
You document in a very compelling way all of the positive things that have come out of this, but it also feels like we have this massive hangover.
No shouting or grandstanding. Principles over partisanship. The Bulwark Podcast, wherever you listen. A.O. Smith is your local Middle Tennessee water heating and water filtration expert. They enjoy getting involved with local community events such as Titans football, and nationally is the presenting sponsor of the prestigious Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award every year. Most importantly, A.O. Smith takes pride in always being there for your needs at your home or business. When you need a water heater or water filter, think A.O. Smith and contact us today. To find a local professional installer, visit hotwater.com. That's hotwater.com.
Getting ready to start the second half in Toronto, where Nashville SC trails Toronto FC 1-0. And we remind you that if Nashville SC wins, fans will receive a free Chalupa Supreme from participating Middle Tennessee area Taco Bells tomorrow. Visit www.nashvillesc.com/Taco Bell for more information. The one highlight from the first half, it was a spectacular finish. Lorenzo Insigne, here's how it sounded when he gave the home side the lead. Now left-hand side it goes, slowly entering the attacking third. Here's Insigne on his right foot. Insigne from distance scores. That is a world-class finish from the Italian international. Goal number 3 in 2023. Lorenzo Insigne from 25 yards beats Joe Willis to his left. It's Toronto 1, Nashville 0. And that is the score as we begin half number 2. Nashville attacking from right to left. Toronto towards its supporters from left to right. The boys in gold, wearing gold tonight. Navy numerals, Navy stripes. Joe Willis in that bright green back to our broadcast right. Toronto FC in the home black kits, red shorts, red stripes, white numerals, and trim on their home look here at BMO Field. Jalil, what needs to change for Nashville, who did not make any substitutions after the first 45 minutes, in order to come back here tonight?
Yeah, I think every player throughout the lineup needs to elevate their game. There isn't really one player that stood out to me either positively or negatively, and I think that's the issue. It was all kind of, just a little bit mediocre, and when you had a TFC side that was playing at a relatively high level, you had
Spice and other natural flavors. 35% alcohol by volume. Captain Morgan Rum Company, New York, New York.
Car accident? Not sure where to take your vehicle? Auto Collision Group is a certified collision center with Tesla, BMW, Maserati, Ford, Honda, and many more. We put you back on the road as soon as possible. Our certified technicians will get your vehicle back to manufacturer standards. Look for us at AutoACG.com. That's AutoACG.com. We are near you with locations all over SoCal. Remember, AutoACG.com, your certified collision center. Hey, LAFC fans. If you're in need of large format printed graphics and installation, or projection mapping to bring a massive building to life, or creative designs to make your message pop, look no further than LAFC's own official signage partner, A3 Visual. A3 Visual is a full-service visual solutions company specializing in large format printing, immersive events, creative design, fabrication, and installation. Make the world your canvas with A3 Visual. Visit them today at a3visual.com.
Sorry, just jumping through some hoops here. Trying to illustrate how CarMax's pre-qualifying tool doesn't make you jump through any. Save time by personalizing your search by monthly payment, all without affecting your credit score. So why am I still jumping through hoops? Well, better me than you. Whoa, that one was on fire. CarMax, car buying reimagined. See CarMax.com for details.
Hey, LAFC fans! Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving away $500,000 in Jordan prizes this summer. You could win a PSA 10 graded Michael Jordan rookie card, iconic Jordan sneakers 1s to 15s, and tens of thousands in free play. Come in and walk on air all May and June at Yamava Resort and Casino. Details at yamava.com. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
What does a bank like BMO know about soccer? Well, we've been a fan for 2 decades, helped over 250,000 kids take the pitch, and invested $25 million in support of youth athletes. But we're not just growing the game, we're growing the good. We're a bank that helps millions of customers make real financial progress, and that's something we can all cheer for. BMO, official bank of LAFC. BMO Harris Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Bet on your team, not your cooking abilities. Find what you need to hit the spot by ordering Postmates, the official on-demand delivery partner of Los Angeles Football Club. Use code LA30 to get 30% off your first 3 orders of $35 or more. Terms apply. It's halftime of LAFC and the Houston Dynamo.
We recap what went down in the first half, stats, highlights, and what LAFC needs to do in the second half to pull out the win.
Presented by Kaiser Permanente. As the team physicians of LAFC, we work to keep the heart of LA healthy and the hearts of LA thriving. Kaiser Permanente, together we thrive.
This is halftime of LAFC.
This is Kellen Acosta of your LAFC. It's halftime of LAFC. This is Ryan Hollingshead, number 24, Los Angeles Football Club, on the home of the black and gold.
Now here's your host.
Now here's the voice of LAFC, Dave Denholm.
1-0 at Shell Energy Stadium, the home side. Houston Dynamo leading your Los Angeles Football Club after the first 45 minutes. Let's get right to the highlights. And it was an early start for Houston. Nelson Quinones in the 11th minute got the Dynamo rolling. Taken down by Carrasquilla on a second bounce. Here comes Coco Carrasquilla. Outside of the foot to the near side. Quinones settles. Edge of the 18. Waiting for the overlapping Renabasi. Takes the inside space and scores. Quinones rifles one in. From 15, it's 1-0 Houston. Bit of a deflected shot there, and it fooled John McCarthy because of it. 20th minute, Denis Bouanga with a chance for the black and gold. Side the 18, back outside to Tiki. Now to Vela. Vela in the area now, Bouanga. Denis puts it back on his right foot, trying to cut around the defender. Denis still with the football. Shot blocked at the 6 and cleared away to the top of the area. Yeah, good effort there by LAFC going forward. Speaking of good efforts, 28th minute now, Stipe Biuk with a really good chance against Steve Clark. Nobody making any runs, though, for LAFC yet in the area. They're still just playing it around the wing. Maldonado to Sifu in traffic. Good run here by Stipe. Good ball, Sifu. Stipe shot back post and wide. Now that's better from LAFC, but Biuk did not put it on frame. 28th minute. 1-0 Houston and a goal kick. Stipe had a good chance there. And the reason I thought he didn't put it on frame was the referee said goal kick, but clearly Steve Clark made a great save. Buick with an excellent effort making Clark make a good save. Everybody just assumed it went wide because the referee was like, no, it's a goal kick. Terrible miss there by the referee. And Buick with a good effort there. 38th minute, speaking of good efforts, this time it was Houston again, and oh boy, Amina Basse did not miss by a whole lot to try to make it 2-0. Michael, 15-yard diagonal pass, good turn by Basse, racing towards the 18, 30 yards from goal. Short little ball, Herrera, back heel, back to Basse, middle of the park, settles, right-footed shot, just wide. Amina Basse got all of that with the right foot and just missed. We've certainly been talking how the Dynamo with a 1-0 lead have been backing up oftentimes 8-9 defenders, forcing LAFC to go 3 or 4v8 or 9. Well, Chiqui Palacios had about enough of that and tried to do it all on his own in the 43rd. Chiellini going to try to flip it down the wing. Chiqui making a good run, takes it off his chest, into the area, trying to cut it around the defender. Chiqui with a shot, save! Clark on the near post. Corner kick, LAFC. Oh, that was better. And what a blast by Chiqui. Clark made a great save on the near post. Corner kick, LAFC, the first of the match. And LAFC were really pouring it on to the final minutes of the first half, including Carlos Vela flipping it forward to Jose Cifuentes, missing by inches before Daniel Steeris made a good save. Palacios in the offensive zone, back to Duenas, 50 yards from goal. Short ball in the middle of the Vela, turned, good ball to the center, to Sifu, settles, shot blocked, and out of play by Steeris for a corner. Oh boy, LAFC have picked it up here in the last few minutes of this first half. Yeah, they really did. It was not good in the first 40 minutes, if I'm being frank, but boy, did it end strong for LAFC. Let's take a look at the stats in the first half. LAFC ended up with 54% of the possession. Now, they were trailing in shots 7-1 at one time. It's now 7-6 Houston. LAFC have had 2 shots on goal. The Dynamo 1, and LAFC actually had 3 shots on goal, with Stipe Buick's being saved by Clark, but called a goal kick technically. So officially it wasn't a shot on goal. The only shot on goal that went in, though, was Houston's, and that's all that matters. Nelson Quinones' goal in the 11th minute has given the Dynamo the 1-0 lead at the break.
Fantastic. The first objective was just to get minutes and stay healthy, make it through the game. So I did that, and to be able to get 2 goals and for us to get the win, fantastic. So really, I haven't scored in a while at home, so that felt really good.
And to do it in such a resounding fashion. I think you guys are 6-1-0 at home now, so this is really a fortress now, like a place that other teams fear to come into. So you do it, you win by a 4-0 scoreline. But your contribution means so much, and you could tell what it meant to your team when you scored that first goal. Your coaching staff, Joel Waterman almost crossed the center half. Like, guys were up out of their seats. So, I mean, your contribution in a victory like this, what does that also mean?
No, it's fantastic. It's been a tough couple of years for me with injuries. Got another one, earlier this year. So everybody knows how tough it was for me. We've had a tough stretch of games. We lost the final, which was really depleting, but we wanted to come in here and try to get a result at home. We were able to do it. So everybody's over the moon, and now we get some time to rest. Well deserved. So.
Yeah, you send yourself off on a really high note here coming into this international break. Thanks for this, Mason.
Thank you.
That's CF Montreal striker Mason Toye. Considering, Grant,
if we were looking at the start of the season, that all things considered, if everyone was healthy, it was going to be Ramel Kyoto and Mason Toy. He has that early meniscus injury that requires surgery. He's out for 2 months. Chinonso 04 has some moments, again, just unable to kind of put together that consistency early on in his MLS career. Sanusi Ibrahim coming on of late. But all in all, Mason Toy at the moment tonight living up to the billing of what CF Montreal expects from him, and that is either their starting or second striker on any given evening.
Yeah, I think before coming into the year, you had Mason Toy slotted as the one or
DC United just a little bit further ahead of them. But all in all, considering the
They'll try to look long. Header by Tim Leibold goes in the direction of Zardis. Long switch over to Fagundes. Back to John Gallagher, who's shut down by Marinos Janis. And a sliding Jake Davis will knock that one out of bounds for an Austin throw-in. Just up near the corner flag on the near side.
Austin have a long throw. Actually, it's Nick Lima's got the longest of his Austin group. Sporting have to defend it.
The box header won by Castellanos. Ball pops back out. Shot through traffic. That one goes out. And it'll be an Austin corner kick. Johan Valencia was the one to get the shot off. Fagundes will play it short. Ball comes all the way back to Lima. Sends it into the box. Header out of bounds for another corner. Robert Castellanos again getting up big for that one as he was up against Julio Cascante.
That's a great defensive play. Castellanos. Cascante scored Austin's last game of a set piece right there. Castellanos so good in the air. Gonna have to be locked in again on this one.
Pereira with Fagundes take it short. Rigoni cutting across, chips it in, back post, can't connect with anyone on that one as it skipped out of bounds for an SKC goal kick. And a couple of opportunities from each corner flag and a long throw in. Austin not able to do anything with all three of those opportunities. Sporting Kansas City, 51 minutes in, have a 2-0 lead. This is the fourth straight game here at home in which they've scored multiple goals. Shallowy trying to play it through to Polito. And that one was picked back up right outside the top of the box by, looks like Tim Leibold, who was taken to ground.
Yeah, it was really good.
Adults New School of Professional Studies has evening and online programs, so busy adults can earn credentials and get ahead. Check out professional.charlotte.edu and learn how you can score your next career goal.
Charlotte FC fans, there's nothing like celebrating game day with good friends and a great tequila. That's why Cuervo Tradicional, the 100% agave tequila that has been cultivating friendships for generations, is excited to be the proud partner of Charlotte FC. Cuervo Tradicional turns strangers into friends and friends into family. So here's to toasting a winning season with good friends and the original 100% agave tequila, Cuervo Tradicional. Was it Cuervo?
Foul, right? But at the end of the day, if you're asking for that.
And Charlotte FC now 6-8-4 on the season, occupying 10th place in the Eastern Conference of Major League Soccer. And Jess, this is a contest that was a back-and-forth contest. I don't know if we've seen one quite like this from the Crown's perspective, because it was end-to-end, it was back and forth. It was a game where Charlotte FC had to come back from 3 different losing positions to earn a point, and I think that's something that has to be definitely admired from this squad.
Yeah, it's one for the history books in a lot of ways, because like you mentioned, Willie, not a time before where they've come back 3 times in those deficits, but also just because the exciting style of soccer that Charlotte was playing. We kept praising them for that link-up play, the tiki-taki, the Ted Lasso total football style that we saw in moments, and it was extremely exciting to watch, and you saw it had fans on the edge of their seats on numerous occasions. You're seeing that we can score goals. We're seeing that multiple players have the ability to get into attacking positions. Now what have you got to sort out? The defensive woes, because you've conceded 3 goals, which is still disappointing any time, but nonetheless, you have a hard-earned point against one of the top sides in the West Conference. That's a good result for me.
I mean, I actually haven't outshot a lot of teams this season. Granted, not a lot of those shots came on frame. In fact, the only 3 shots on target for Charlotte FC were the 3 goals. But the thing about the goals that I loved is that there was a variety. I think that's one thing I asked Charlotte FC head coach Rich Latanzio about, is that There needs to be a diversity of service, a diversity of attacking options. And we saw 3 completely different goals scored by the Crown today.
Yeah, it's good to see that mix up because you needed to do that against the Seattle side that are very good at defending from the wings. We needed to see a switch up in the style. It's great to see different players get involved on the attacking end. Ashley Westwood's glorious goal earned him the man of the match, got crowned on the throne, rather, and that was a great moment for the Englishman. But the goal that stands out to me is Agyman, because like you said, got apologized to by Westwood for his debut. Now comes out with a goal in front of the home crowd. Brilliant scenes for him.
There is a dog on the pitch right now getting tossed a frisbee.
It's here every week. You've never spotted it before?
I've never seen it before.
Yeah, he's here every week. It's beautiful.
That's the most fun thing I've ever seen.
Man's best friend.
Exactly. And Charlotte FC getting a very good reception, too, from a crowd of 31,000 plus here. And I think there were times in this contest where the game felt dead a little bit in terms of the back and forth, but in the moments that they needed it the most, this crowd rose to the occasion and definitely urged this victory for this. It feels like a victory, doesn't it? It urged this draw from Charlotte FC.
Look, the crowd never gave up and they kept cheering on. And sometimes when you're a player and you look up to those stands and you see that the crowd believes in you, it gives you that extra boost.
Charlotte FC, again, 6-8-4 on the season. Seattle Sounders with the draw, falling themselves to 8-6-4 as well. We'll come back and give you the superlatives of this match, including the Ally save of the game when we return from the Charlotte FC Radio Network.
Stuck in a rut? How about a new opportunity in the construction field with a...
Ibrahim comes out, and I thought, wow, that's a strange substitution, really.
Maybe, as you said, before Saliba picks up that yellow, maybe that was the plan.
Could be, but I just think that when you're looking at this, the game is out. We said 3-0, it was done. 4-0, it was really done. And there's certain guys that shouldn't be on the field when you're up 4-0. And, you know, like Voxel was a little bit ornery. He was trying to get into people with the chivvy and then with the right arm push into Bryce Duke that sends him into the
boards.
The boards. And then I even saw Schwanier making a run, and he sticks his leg out.
Yeah.
And he's hoping that the referee...
Going on Sanusi Ibrahim as well.
Ibrahim. And I go, certain guys shouldn't be on the field when you're up 4-0.
I am just wondering, and the last one before we get to Grant's grades and we hear from a little bit of the manager, for Bryce Duke, because I agree that he has that little bit of class that maybe no one else really has for CF Montreal on the pitch. How important is it going to be in the off season for him to add 10, 15 pounds? And I don't know how you do that, especially as a footballer, because of the amount of running that you do and everything.
Yeah.
But it feels like
out all of last season, in and out of the lineup in 2021, COVID year in 2020. He has been the difference for this team since his return in 2023. And with a brace on the night and his involvement on Robert Castellanos' goal, he has been the MVP of this match so far, for sure.
He's having himself a great game. It's so difficult when you come off of an injury like that, where you miss an entire season and the mental toll that it takes, not to mention the physical toll of getting your body back up to be match fit. Alan Polito put in the hard work, the grind. Corrado also showed us that on his Instagram feed from time to time, but excellent game from Polito, and he's had it again.
And they're not slowing down. He tries to spring it on to Marinos Janis, who's defended by Gallagher. That one not out of danger yet, as Remy Baltair does a nice job to chase it down on the far side. He's immediately shut down by a pair of Austin players. And Mwani Radoya winning it back. Slips it into the middle to Polito, tries to push it back past Zardes, and Polito's on the ground, grabbing at his right leg. And a yellow card being shown there to Zardes.
Polito's feeling it right now. Great Meg on Zardes. He's able to get there before him. Zardes coming through. It was more.
When judges ruled and every man did what was right in his own eyes. It's a great show and a great place to eat. Meals are themed like the show and prepared fresh by Narrow Way's own chef. Samson features a delicious Mediterranean-themed Kalamata boneless short rib steak dinner. Narrow Way Theater is conveniently close by, less than a mile from Carowinds, I-77 exit 90. And they have terrific reviews on TripAdvisor too. Samson, playing now at Narrow Way Theater, the Broadway of Christian entertainment. Call 803-802-2300 or go to narrowway.net. That's NARROWAY.net.
Welcome back to the Charlotte Football Club Radio Network.
Charlotte FC 3, Seattle Sounders 3. After 90 minutes plus here at Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte FC plays to its fourth draw of the season. That's, by the way, now a high for a season in draws for Charlotte FC. And as a result, I think when you look at the way that they have at least played better when it comes to game management, we'd always talked about that as being a growth point year over year for Charlotte FC. They are much, much better closing out these matches at the end of contests.
They are indeed. They found that right balance between taking a gamble to try and get the game winner because it felt like the momentum of the game was taking them in that direction, but they also didn't take too much of a gamble of putting too many bodies forward and allowing Seattle to break on the counterattack. It felt like 3-3 was still an incredible result, and as we keep saying, because of the nature of the comeback, almost feels like a victory.
You mentioned that the Englishman Ashley Westwood got the crown from the folks inside the royal family. I'll ask you, though, there's a lot of choices to make. Who is your man of the match?
I'm going to go with Ben Bender, actually. I thought that he did a fantastic job being an electric presence in the midfield. I love that he took the gamble with check it in to see the ball. He was never afraid to make an error. Sometimes when you're coming in for your first start in the while, you can be a little bit nervous, a little bit tentative, but it felt like Bender was fearless and he was involved in goals in different ways throughout the game.
I think Derek Jones at least is.
So with a decently comfortable lead, however, this team will remember last year on the road at Austin, losing a significant lead. They had been up 3-1, but SKC on the front foot now. Tommy to Janis to Davis, trying to play it across, shut down by Gallagher.
So huge loss for Derek Jones to be missing. We saw what his presence does in terms of missing him against Columbus Crew as well. But you're right, Will. He was a very, very good defender, experienced, mature, and it was a difficult role to play because he had to go to the midfield and the defense.
Christian Kalina had a busy day as well for Charlotte FC. He made 4 saves, but our ally save of the match came with 2 in very quick succession early in this contest. One touch by Rusnak ahead for Rui Diaz. Rui Diaz ahead of his play. A shot by Rui Diaz. A nice parry save by Christian Kalina. Goes all the way back outside of the box. Coming forward with it is rolled on. Back for Rusnak, top of the box. Rusnak with a shot. And going down the ground and making the save is Kalina. Nice composure from the keeper.
Fantastic way for Kalina to start this match in the 3rd minute.
That is our Ally save of the match. Whether it's banking, investing, home loans, or auto finance, nothing stops Ally from doing right by you. Ally, do it right. As we mentioned, Charlotte FC, after this contest, will have 11 days to think about its next match in New Jersey. They'll take on the New York Red Bulls, a return match from earlier this year where Charlotte FC played that team to a draw. We'll talk about that a little bit more later on. The next home match for Charlotte FC 2 weeks from tonight when they host Montreal. Charlotte FC 3, Seattle Sounders 3. More post-game in a moment, including our highlight montage, which was a very fun one to put together here on the Charlotte FC Radio Network.
You are listening to WFNZ FM Harrisburg and WLNK HD3 Charlotte.
The exclusive home of Charlotte FC.
Josviak approach.
Honnêtement, mon félicitations avec tous les groupes et tous les clubs comment il a travaillé.
ATRIUM.org to start the conversation and help prevent underage drinking today.
The only way to be your best self is with your best health. When you have a health partner who doesn't just treat part of you, they care for all of you. That's why more people prefer Atrium Health, because unrivaled care is easier, more accessible, and more complete than ever before, so that you can enjoy more of the moments you love. That's what it means to live meaningfully, to live joyfully, to live fully with Atrium Health, official healthcare provider of Charlotte FC.
Hendrick. When you provide a 5-star car buying experience, you get a lot of 5-star reviews. Thanks to you, Hendrick has now received over 500,000 5-star online reviews. And we're the #1 rated dealer group in the country in online reputation. It's all about caring for customers and providing an enjoyable experience. Come in and see what everybody's talking about. This is Hendrick.
Don't miss a second of the action and join the biggest party in the Carolinas.
Square ball right side for Cambridge. A shot! It scores!
It's not too late to lock in Charlotte FC season tickets for the remainder of the 2023 season. Plus, seat licenses start at less than $10 a month. Be part of every home match and every epic celebration.
It's Cambridge again. It's shot! He scores! And a brace for Brandon!
Go to charlottefootballclub.com/tickets to learn more today.
Soccer fans, this is an exclusive message from the Charlotte Football Club.